What if the method you've relied on for decades, something that once felt completely natural, has quietly started working against you after age 60? I've seen this happen countless times in my 25 years as a physician here in the U.S., and it often goes unnoticed until it causes discomfort, loss of sensitivity, or even emotional frustration. The truth is, your body changes with time, and if you don't adapt with it, old habits that once felt good may now be holding you back from real, healthy pleasure. When I meet men in their 60s and beyond, many tell me they feel different but can't explain why. They think something's wrong with them. In reality, it's not dysfunction, it's biology. Hormones like testosterone, which once kept libido spontaneous, naturally decline over the years. Blood vessels that bring circulation to sensitive areas become less elastic, making arousal slower to build. And the nerve endings that once sparked instantly may now respond more like a dimmer switch, still capable of lighting up, but needing a softer, steadier touch. I'll never forget a patient. Let's call him Robert, age 68, who came to me feeling embarrassed. He said he was doing things the same way as always, but the sensations felt muted. Instead of slowing down, he gripped harder, moved faster, and pushed himself toward climax, thinking that would solve the problem, but only left him sore and more frustrated. This is something I see far too often, men doubling down on old techniques instead of learning new, gentler ones that match the way their bodies work now. From a medical perspective, here's why that approach backfires. Skin changes. The skin becomes thinner with age, making it more prone to irritation from strong friction. Circulation shifts. Overly firm pressure can compress tiny blood vessels, reducing blood flow rather than increasing it. Nerve sensitivity. Harsh or rushed stimulation can overwhelm slower nerve signals, making pleasure harder to register. So what's the better way forward? It starts with letting go of the finish line mentality and focusing on sensation instead of speed. If you can remember one phrase, let it be this: your goal is connection, not performance. Let's walk through the first two adjustments I recommend to almost every patient over 60. 1. Loosen the grip. Think of holding a ripe peach. You want to feel it without bruising it. By softening your hold, you reduce the risk of breaking delicate blood vessels and give your nerves a chance to fully register each touch. Many men are surprised to find that a lighter grip actually increases sensation over time because it prevents desensitization. One gentleman in his 70s told me that after 2 weeks of practicing this, he felt more natural warmth and pleasure than he had in years. 2. Slow your pace, especially at the start. Your nervous system now processes touch at a more gradual rhythm. Beginning with slow, steady movements allows your brain and body to sync up, much like tuning a radio before the music comes in clearly. Jumping in too fast is like skipping the warm-up in exercise. You miss the part where your body is primed to enjoy the experience. I've had men tell me that by simply starting slower, they not only enjoyed themselves more, but also noticed more consistent arousal. From a scientific standpoint, both of these adjustments help keep your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that promotes relaxation and pleasure, active. When you rush or apply too much force, your body can trigger stress hormones like cortisol, which actually interfere with sexual response. As we move forward in this series, I'll share more ways to adapt your routine so it works with your body's natural changes, not against them. The next step is to rethink some long-held habits, especially those you've never questioned, so you can preserve sensitivity, improve circulation, and regain confidence in your own skin. Another common area that deserves attention after 60 is skin comfort and lubrication. Many men tell me they've never used lubricant for solo activity because they didn't think it was for them. But here's the reality. As testosterone gradually declines, your skin produces less natural moisture. Combine that with thinner, more delicate tissue, and dry friction can cause tiny micro tears you might not even notice until later. These small injuries can lead to irritation, inflammation, and over time, reduced sensation. One of my patients, Thomas, 72, had been experiencing a lingering soreness afterward. When I asked if he used lubricant, he laughed and said, "Only in my 40s when I thought it might spice things up." Once he started applying a gentle, unscented water-based lubricant at the very beginning, not halfway through, the difference was dramatic. No soreness, more consistent arousal, and a richer, warmer sensation. From a medical standpoint, lubrication acts like a cushion between your skin and your hand, lowering the friction load and helping the nerve endings send clear, pleasant signals. Think of it like oiling the gears of an old bicycle. Things just move more smoothly and last longer. Position and posture are the next big factors. If you sit on a hard surface, cross your legs tightly, or hunch forward, you might be unknowingly putting pressure on pelvic nerves and blood vessels. This limits circulation and can make arousal more difficult to sustain. I often suggest experimenting with reclining positions, lying on your side with a pillow between your knees, or leaning back with good lumbar support and legs slightly elevated. These small changes can improve both comfort and performance. One man I worked with, a retired carpenter named Bill, discovered that just moving from a kitchen chair to a recliner changed everything. He described it as removing a kink in a garden hose. The blood flow improved, and so did the sensations. Another overlooked area is starting slowly away from the most sensitive spots. Men who've spent decades with the same approach often go directly to maximum stimulation, but the aging nervous system benefits from a warm-up. Light touches on the thighs, lower abdomen, or hips can wake up nerve pathways and encourage blood flow before you focus on the most responsive areas. This not only enhances sensation, but also reduces the risk of overloading your system too soon. Physiologically, this gradual build helps recruit both the circulatory system and the sensory nerves, creating a more sustained experience rather than a quick peak followed by a sudden drop. We also need to talk about mindset during the process. After 60, your body might not respond to pressure, deadlines, or mental checklists. In fact, stress hormones like adrenaline can shut down arousal entirely. I encourage patients to treat self-touch as a mindfulness exercise, something done without judgment or set finish line. If arousal comes in waves, let it. If it pauses, that's not failure. It's simply your body taking a breath. One helpful tip is to focus on your breathing throughout. Inhale slowly through the nose, exhale through the mouth, matching the rhythm of your movements. This promotes relaxation, supports steady blood flow, and keeps you connected to your body signals. Finally, let's address listening to discomfort. If something feels irritating, numb, or off, stop. A short break can prevent long-term sensitivity loss. And if discomfort becomes a pattern, it's time to bring it up with your doctor. Not as a crisis, but as a normal part of maintaining sexual health as you age. Just like you'd get your eyes or hearing checked, your intimate health deserves the same respect and proactive care. By applying these changes, proper lubrication, better positioning, gradual build-up, mindful breathing, and listening to your body, you create a safer, more satisfying experience that works with your body's natural shifts instead of against them. We've explored how small but meaningful changes in your routine can make a big difference after 60. We've talked about loosening your grip to protect circulation and sensitivity, slowing your pace to match your nervous system's new rhythm, using lubrication early to avoid irritation, improving posture to enhance blood flow, and approaching the experience with patience and mindfulness instead of pressure. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be this: after 60, your body doesn't need more force. It needs more understanding. Here's what I recommend you keep in mind moving forward. Start slow and stay gentle. Give your body time to respond and your mind time to settle in. Lubricate early. Treat it as part of the experience, not an afterthought. Position yourself, well, comfort and circulation go hand in hand. Listen to feedback. Discomfort is your body's way of asking for a change. Release the finish line mindset. Focus on connection and sensation, not the clock. From a doctor's perspective, these habits aren't just about pleasure. They're about long-term health. Protecting delicate tissues, supporting healthy circulation, and reducing stress all help preserve your function and confidence for years to come. I've seen men in their 70s and even 80s rediscover a sense of intimacy with themselves they thought was gone forever, simply by making these adjustments. So, my heartfelt advice is this: be curious about your own body. Instead of measuring against your past, explore what feels good now. Treat each session as a chance to reconnect, not just to perform. And if something feels different or worrisome, don't wait. Have that conversation with your doctor. Your health, comfort, and confidence are worth it. If this conversation has helped you think differently about your self-care after 60, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences. Share this video with a friend who might benefit. And subscribe so you don't miss future guidance designed to help you age with health, confidence, and dignity.